What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to a couple of subscribers for showing love to the channel. Much respect to the brother Aram for the $7 donation via the PayPal, and I see your note, the video request, and yeah, absolutely, I could talk about those two players, and I'll do so probably tomorrow. Much respect to you for showing love to the channel. Aram, of course, is a basketball savant in so many ways and loves the old school basketball, loved basketball from the golden age of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and into the 1990s. So much respect to him as well. Not sure if I shouted you out already, but I'm going to do it again. But much respect to Darius. I think I shouted you out, but I'm going to do it again. Much respect to Darius Campbell for the $10 donation via the PayPal. Says, appreciate you, bro. But I think I shouted you out, but I'm going to do it anyway. Again. So much respect to both of you all for showing love to the channel. Now, look. My take on Nikola Jokic is kind of unpopular, man. But it just comes from observations about how some players are given passes and other players are not. Okay? And when it comes to winning. Now, don't get me wrong. If you notice on my top 15 centers list, which I got to complete, I have Jokic as 15th. So I have high regards for his game. I think he will go down when everything is said and done as a top 10 all-time center. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But I do have to say this. The guy has to win. Okay? It's not being rude. It's not holding him to a different set of standards. It's actually holding him to the same standards that we apparently hold everybody else to. Because I can't think of any other player, especially in today's culture, where it's all about ring count and winning. Well, why is it that Jokic somehow gets all this praise and adulation, but he has yet to actually get to an NBA Finals? He's been to one Western Conference Finals, but yet there's no push, no pressure for the media for him to win. But there apparently is for other guys push for them to win. Some more than others. Give you an example I'm talking about. Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double, not just one season, not just twice, not just 3 times, but 4 separate seasons in his career. 4. To pay tribute to what's his name? What was the rapper? The one that was slain in LA a couple of years ago. I can't think of his name right now. But to pay tribute to the brother, Russ went out there and had a 20-20-20 game. 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists. And when he did that, Stephen A. Smith said, oh, well, we know he can put up numbers, but he has to show that he can win a championship. You know, I mean, it's a great honor, but the brother needs to win. When Russell Westbrook took a Wizards team that all of a sudden became his team, by the way, because I thought it was Bradley Beal's team, but the media somehow put the onus on Russ to lead the team to the playoffs, well, whatever that's about. Now, yes, he did have the help of the play-in tournament, but he took that team to the playoffs. it was Player of the Month in the Eastern Conference, averaging 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 16 assists. And what did the pundits say? Well, that's okay. It's all right. But he needs to win a championship. Giannis didn't come into the NBA gangbusters. Giannis sort of started off incomplete, physically, game-wise. He developed. It took him about 3 years to develop into Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? And at the end of the day, just 3 years after he became Giannis, like the real Giannis, he was already being criticized for not winning championships in Milwaukee. He was already being criticized, hey, you need to go elsewhere to win because you're not going to win in Milwaukee. This is what Stephen A. Smith, this is what most of the pundits said. You might remember, I said I thought that Milwaukee team could win a championship, to which nobody fucking believed me. They won a championship in Milwaukee. And instead of getting, and he did it in one of the greatest closeout games ever, but instead of getting a lot of effusive praise from all of the mainstream sports media, they act like the championship never really happened. They act like it was fraudulent or something, an aberration. And they kept talking about the Warriors and the Lakers and all these other teams and the Nets, who many people saw as the real champion. And as a matter of fact, some people in the media kept with the narrative, hey, if Kevin Durant's foot wasn't on that line and blah, blah, blah. And to this day, they think Giannis should win another championship just to get some legitimacy. So when I look at Jokic, the 40-27-10 game, oh yeah, that's very impressive. But we're past that stage with him. He's going for a third MVP? A third? When Larry Bird won his third MVP, Bird already had won his third championship. When Moses Malone won his third MVP, ladies and gentlemen, he was working on that championship title with the Sixers to polish it off. They already been to the finals in '81 with the Rockets. When Michael Jordan won his third league MVP, which was 1992, he was working on his second championship. When Magic Johnson won his third MVP, which was '87, he was working on winning his fourth championship. You see where I'm going with this? I can keep going. Even LeBron. Let me see. LeBron, when he won his third MVP, I believe he had won 2 championships by then. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So what I'm getting at is, fuck at this stage putting up numbers. Fuck that. Even the great Will Chamberlain, who put up the most gaudy numbers in the history of the sport, people still say, well, what? He didn't win enough championships. They don't want to hear the excuses I make about the Boston Celtics. He didn't win enough. So at this stage of his career, all right, I don't want to hear nothing about he ain't got no help. Giannis almost took that Bucks team to the conference finals. No, excuse me, to Yeah, to the conference finals without Chris Middleton. So at this point, I don't want to hear nothing about his team. I don't want to hear nothing about all that crap, man. This guy has to start winning. Now, Luka's still early enough in his career. Why hold off on that? But Jokic, nah. Matter of fact, didn't this guy get swept in the playoffs a couple years ago? Nikola Jokic? So, look, Russell Westbrook has already been to an NBA Finals. He's been to a conference finals. This guy's been to a conference finals once, I guess, but it was in a bubble. So, I'm just saying, man, it's time for Jokic to start producing. It is. We can't, for whatever reasons, you decipher for yourselves why certain players like Nikola Jokic and Gordon Hayward get special treatment. But others, it's a different set of demands on them. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Well, what you guys think?